So here's the second area we have. A couple LexCorp commanders putting up shields, trying to defend themselves from us. You know what? Let's take them out with this cop car here. So we can pick up objects in our game, smash them down into people, very super heroic. Of course, you can throw it down the street too. Get the attention of some of these other guys. Let's go ahead and secure this right here. This is a contested area. You can see that there's Star Labs forces that have also been here. Now I can actually interact with NPCs. We don't have death in our game, we have knockout. So any NPCs that have been knocked out, I can get them back up on their feet again, and they'll actually help me complete my objectives in this area. If a LexCorp guy were to sort of come in here and attack me, these guys would help me out. So it's more than just slugging it out with whatever's in front of you. You have a lot of tactics that you can manipulate the battlefield with. So let's check our quest journal here real quick. I can see that I'm in the next phase of the Doomsday Dilemma in my casebook, and I need to go to the Star Labs, the old Star Labs facility, because Lex Luthor is there trying to assault it. He's learned where Doomsday is. So DEF CON, my group mate, and I are going to head over there. I have to jump over the water. Of course, DEF CON is a speedster, so he can actually just run right over the water there beneath me. But I'm going through the treetops here using my acrobatics. Here's the old Star Labs facility. It's one of the points of interest in Midtown Metropolis. So we have a big battle going on here because the LexCorp forces are trying to force their way in to get a hold of Doomsday. So I'm going to change roles. I was an offensive role, now I'm a defensive role. What that means is typically games like this have classes, and we don't have classes in our game. We don't want to pigeonhole you into one role or another. We want you to be able to say, hey, right now for this part of the fight, I need to defend myself. And for this part of the fight, I really want to pour on the damage. And we allow you to switch that. And typically in other MMOs, they have a class where you are the tank, or you are the damage guy, or you're the healer. You're all of those in our game. Superheroes are very adaptable, so we want to make sure that our players have the ability to adapt to these situations as well. So I got to get these infiltrators, stop them from actually getting inside of the facility. If I get too many of them on me, I might use my light fan, knock them on their feet, off their feet. So what it does is it changes how much damage I take in combat, right? I actually mitigate damage, and when I'm in the offensive mode, I'm actually doing more damage, right? So it's like switching the kind of damage modifiers. But it means that I can use defensive powers. Let me, real quick before I answer that, let me just talk about this knockout mechanic. We don't have death in our game, right? Although superheroes do come back from the dead, not as often as they probably would need to in this game. So we have a rally mechanic. Think of it like a prize fight. Boxer gets knocked out, he gets a 10 count, he can get back up again and try and rally. So we do the same thing. Since my friend DEF CON is here around me, I can probably recover safely, even though my regen rates and my health are a little lower, right? And then I can try and rally back into the fight. So but this here, as you can see, before, if I was in an offensive mode, I might be doing a power like this, where I am using these light hammers to kind of damage this guy and take him down. Whereas if I switch to my defense, that very same key that I hit now has a power that's more about locking someone down and containing them. Let me show you that. For instance, this light cage here. So now I can actually entrap someone in a cage and kind of lock them down. Or I might knock them down with my light fan here. It's more about control and mitigation. And if I'm in a group with somebody, he might go offense and I might go defense, and then we're sort of more specialized and we're bringing more power to bear. But what happens in other MMOs is that you get pigeonholed in that and you find yourself waiting for a group because you can't find a healer or you can't find a tank. We don't gate you in that way. You can just, one of your teammates can actually take that role.